Welcome, Knowledge Boners, to the Knowledge Boner podcast. Let's see who's ready for some serious aha moments today. I'm your host, Dylan Starr, and my co host, Wally Wins, with me. What's up, Wally?
What up, knowledge boners?
So, the topic today is going to be something I feel like is really important. We were just kind of on the subject of this before we got onto this episode, browsing online. And we want to kind of talk about the most important real estate that you can actually have in business. And it's not the real estate that you're thinking of. Okay. We're not talking about houses, but it is kind of property that you own. And it's actually really, in my opinion, very crucial. And that is your domain names. Now, what I mean by that is, when with trends and current events and different things going on, depending on what kind of business you're getting in. Google ranks things differently, right? So actually having specific keywords in your domain name can significantly have a great impact on your business. How many domain names do we own now, Wally?
I've got probably a little over a dozen now, probably like 13 now.
Yeah, I mean, we literally, whenever we kind of brainstorm ideas and different things that we want to do and launch and test out, we immediately go and try to swoop up the domain names for certain things. So I'm gonna let Wally kind of dive into the more details on this and what to look for when you're actually choosing a domain name.
Gotcha. Well, the easiest one is, it depends on what the domain is for. Let's start with that. Like if you're like building funnels and that kind of stuff, the domain name really doesn't matter as much as like looking professional. And what I mean by that is I could have a funnel that says affiliateninjahacks.com, which is just basically the purpose of that domain is just for me to build a list and like get affiliate offers to my list. I build an email list from that, right? And so it's not really a big deal for me to say, affiliateninjahacks.com, but I'm not going to tell, like somebody that I'm trying to hire as a client to do a lot of ads for them. I'm not going to tell them to go to ninjaaffiliatehacks.com to look at my services. You know what I mean? So the first thing you have to start off is what's my website for? What's the purpose of it, right? And then the next thing to look at is once you figure out your purpose, now you can look at, okay, so is it my homepage? Am I using this as like a hub for like my business? Am I using it am I building it for myself? So then we can start with domains like your name is a good one, right? So I could go like get wallywin.com and then build myself, a nice, opt-in page and all that stuff. You can schedule consultations with me, all that kind of stuff. And that would be a perfect website name for just my name, right? But and that would be perfect for me to give a client that. But I'm not going to give my client affiliate ninja like hacks. So that's kind of like the first little half of it. And then another piece of it is picking words that actually make sense towards your topic, right? So for example, like with my website, a ninja affiliate like hacks, right? So the website tells you that I'm going to teach you probably affiliate like hacks that are ninja like, right? I'm not going to give you health tips on that thing, right? so they have to make sense. They have to match up, and so that's really the basics of picking like domain names.
Yeah, I mean, in that example too, I mean, if you were using affiliate ninja hacks, I mean, obviously that's calling out to um, affiliate marketers, right?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
but having the word affiliate in the name is beneficial because if affiliate marketers were to go on Google and they were to search for something like that and you're ranking an affiliate, then boom, they type in affiliate marketing or whatever. And then if you can get on the first page of Google and it says affiliate ninja hacks, that's going to be appealing. Yeah, I mean, it's in the domain name as well. So that's really catered to your audience. So
Yeah, we're kind of diving into a little bit of SEO right there too, which is a
yeah,
whole nother gamble.
right. But that's why I wanted to kind of just let them all know that, hey, look, it's really important because just think about what people are going to be searching for, whatever your message is. But if you can get those keyword messaging into your domain name, it's going to help you tremendously without having to go too in depth on like um, advanced SEO tactics. So you're actually at a huge advantage if you can get the name of whatever it is you're trying to do or who you're reaching out to in your domain name compared to, saying, I don't know, balloon traffic hacks, right?
Mhm.
and but you're appealing to affiliate marketers. So having the word affiliate in your domain name is going to be very beneficial compared to you trying to rank the word affiliate under a domain name that doesn't even have it in it. So anytime you're brainstorming, you definitely want to be very um, intentional with whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, I could give an example here. It's like very recently I built a website for a client who owns a trucking company, right?
Mhm.
And we were contemplating the whole time, what we're going to name the website, because it's like, for this guy in particular, he has, his company name is LDR Enterprises, right? But LDRenterprises.com was actually taken on Google. So then that brings up an interesting issue, because now, we had to come up with something very, very similar to LDR Enterprises, but also had to represent like what the company does, right? So then we're like, okay, how can we link up the company LDR Enterprises and basically what the company does? So it does like transportation, like logistics company, right? So it does like delivering wood, delivering like cement and that kind of stuff, like transporting stuff, right? So we're like, okay, so actually the domain name I picked for that was ldrtransport.com, right?
Mhm.
So it tells you the company name and it tells you what they do. So
Yeah, that's really good. So, if you're listening to this, you may be wondering, okay, well, that's great and all, but how do we find the right domain and what do we do to search? So I'm going to give everybody listening in one of my biggest hidden gold nugget secrets that I learned from a guy that is not only a beast entrepreneur, but I mean, is a master in the affiliate game, has grown multiple businesses, and has shared this with me. And man, it is an awesome website. So if you're listening in and you want to know the best kind of route to be able to test to find a business name or a domain name, go to lean domain domain search.com. And this website is absolutely amazing because it automatically does the legwork for you to show you what domains are available without you having to go in and type individually what you're looking for over and over again on your whatever site you're purchasing your domain from. Um, so all you got to do is just type in the word. So kind of like what Wally was saying, let's say it was a trucker transport, right? And you were like, okay, I really want the words um, trucking or trucker and transport to be in this website. When you go to leandomain.com, all you got to do is just type in trucker transport, and it's automatically going to give you um, whatever words you can add to it. So it would be something like trucker transport online if it's available, or trucker transport web, whatever it is. It'll give you what's available and kind of help you kind of brainstorm to choose whatever you want. It's a lifesaver. It's a time saver. It is absolutely amazing. Definitely want to share that with you guys. Definitely play around with it. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. And then you can scoop up whatever domain names you want. Now, if you're a beginning entrepreneur and you may be thinking, oh, this is all new to me, I don't know what to do. Wally, why don't you tell them like where we typically get our domain names and how inexpensive it is to actually get a good one?
absolutely. So a lot of times, well, actually, most people use I can't say most people, but a lot of people use a different kinds of ways to buy domains. So just to give the basics, there's GoDaddy. So GoDaddy is the one that we use. It's the one I like. It's the one that's the easiest for me to understand. There's a bunch of different other ones out there. You're more than welcome to look that up. Um, but with GoDaddy in particular, you can just literally, just like Dylan said earlier, where you're typing those keywords. Actually, that tool you were talking about is actually very useful, because otherwise in GoDaddy you got to type the URL exactly, right? So I guess I had to try
Yep.
ldrtransport.com or ldrtransportation.com or ldrenterprisestransportation.com. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And literally by every letter. So that's actually really, really a really, really good tip. Um, but yeah, so these domains, and depending on the keywords, actually, so to bring up a good point, then on the keyword, if the domain you want ranks really high on the keyword and it is available, it might cost more money. But a lot of times the domains you can buy them as cheap as $11 a year.
Mm-hmm.
$11 a year. So if you learn how to build a website and you can pay for a domain name and you can pay for hosting, which is like You know, like sometimes like $90, 90 bucks plus your domain plus, you know, a WordPress template, about 180 to 200 bucks, right? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and typically, depending on what you're getting, you're looking anywhere from, 7.99 to 11.99. But this is notice in the beginning of this episode, I called it real estate. So why is it real estate? Because depending on what happens, like let's say a term blows up, right? Like, so you could try to find something that has like the word travel or vacation in it. Now, the word vacation is obviously an often sought out word, right? So more than likely to own that domain name with that word, it's going to be more expensive. I've seen ones where I wanted before for specific niches that were like 5 grand. And it's funny because when I've looked at it before that, probably months prior, it was only like 11.99. So even these companies that you can purchase domain names from, they recognize the importance of owning them, and they'll actually purposely buy them themselves just so they can flip it. You can actually do that yourself if you're really good at knowing what they're worth. But if you ever go for a certain domain name and you're wondering why the price is so different, it's because of the actual word you're trying to put in there. It's a very highly sought out word. Uh, Companies recognize that people are Googling for these certain words, and that's why it's very expensive. I mean, trust me, there are a lot of domain names out there that I wish I could afford that I would swoop up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there were some that I was trying to buy. I was like, oh man, that'd be a great domain name. And then I'd look to go buy it $1,000.
Yeah, yeah, definitely pricey. But so that's about it for today, guys. Hopefully that was valuable. We were just kind of discussing that when we were looking up and purchasing some domain names earlier, and realize what this is pretty important for beginners that want to get into business, or trying to have an edge, that don't understand how important it is to have the right domain name, the right real estate. Wanted to kind of dive in on that, and hopefully we gave you some really good knowledge on that. Definitely check out Lean Domain Search. Guys, I wanted to go ahead and reiterate, we have started an awesome Facebook group community called Leads Closing Sales on Facebook. If you find any of us on Instagram or a Facebook page, you can find a link to that Facebook group. Wally, why don't you go ahead and cover kind of what we're going to be diving into and the stuff we're going to be teaching?
Yes. So in the Facebook group, we're going to be closed. One thing is kind of funny that somebody commented on Reddit, and it kind of brought up a really good point for me. And what's the question is, what's the difference between leads, getting leads, closing them, and making sales? What's the difference between all those different things, right? And so we said in our group, we initially named it Leads Closing Sales, or actually Dylan named it Leads Closing Sales. But the funny enough is that people were kind of reading it like a sentence and not realizing that they're all separate stuff, right? It's all separate things. So that's what we're going to cover in the group. How to get more leads, how to close them, and then how to get more sales.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a free Facebook community, guys. If you find it, you can join. Whenever you ask to join, we just have it's a closed group. There'll be 3 questions that come up. You just answer the questions, and then we get you approved from the group. We'll be doing live streams and trainings and covering anything. And so let me give just a very brief example. Let's say you're like, okay, I wanted to sell popsicles, right? What a lead is you want to be able to get a lead that's a potential person that will buy whatever kind of popsicle you're selling. That's what a lead is. Where do you find them at? You get a lead. Obviously, if you talk to them, you need to close them on buying your popsicle, right? So you close them. We cover closing techniques. And then you get the sale. And we teach you how to increase it, how to automate it, stuff like that. So we're very excited about it. We've got a lot of questions about how to do these types of things, especially in 2018. It's very important. We're now in the digital world. Everything is online sales. So we're super pumped and excited to be able to give you guys this training. So definitely check out that Facebook group. Guys, if you're listening in on Anchor, I've been looking at all the views and everything. Thank you so much for the support. Please send us a voice message on Anchor. Let us know what you want us to cover, what you want to hear. what you love about the podcast, what you hate about the podcast, anything you wish that we would say or what would happen. Your feedback is very important, so we would definitely love to hear from you guys here on Anchor. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate that. As always, you can go on Reddit, interact with Wally, DM us on Instagram, whatever you got to do. Give us some feedback. You have any closing remarks, Wally?
No, man, I think that's good. I think we covered it. I'm excited for the Facebook group. I hope to see you there if you're wanting to learn anything about all this stuff, because we have spent a lot of money learning this stuff. A lot of money. A lot. So
yep.
We're gonna give it away. We're gonna give a good bit away for free. Not 100%. We're gonna give a really good bit. And I definitely think it'd be worth your time. So if you want to save some money, it would be wise.
Yeah, very true. We're really excited. We have some big things and big plans for that group. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.